Hi, this afternoon I'm going to speak to you about articles in English grammar. When we speak about articles in the terms of grammar, we are speaking about three specific words. We are not focusing on articles such as newspaper articles or magazine articles. So when we speak about articles in grammar, we are talking about a special type of determiner, and they help us to work out which noun is being spoken about. And there are only three words in this word class. You've got the word a and an, and also the word the. So a, an, and the. And the articles, they are split into two different groups. They are either definite or indefinite. So let's have a closer look about what we mean by that. So when we are speaking about the definite article, we are using the word the. And the word the is used to show a specific item. So if you are looking at a shop and there are lots of cakes in the window and you say, I want the cake, you are talking about a specific cake within the shop's window. When we use the, it can be used with either singular, so one item, or it can be used with plural, many items. And let's have a look at the way that it can be used. So when we are talking about the mountains, we are speaking about geographical areas. So you would use the article the for the mountain, the river, the countryside, the sea, the geographical areas that we use within our language. The moon. So this is for unique things. So the moon, the stars, the earth, you would use the instead of a or an. The next one, the Thames, we are referring to rivers. So the rivers you would use the before it. Seas you would use the before it. So the North Sea, you would use the before oceans, the Atlantic, the Pacific, use it before canals. And also, although it's not water related, you would use the before deserts as well. The next reason for using the, you would use it before musical instruments. So instead of saying she plays a piano, you would say she plays the piano. So when you're speaking about a person playing a musical instrument, the piano, the violin, the guitar, you would use the before your superlative adjectives. So like the fastest, slowest, quickest, any of your superlative adjectives, use the before it. When you have nationalities, and usually it's the nationalities that end with the SH sound or CH sound or ESE. So English, Chinese, those other nationalities that you such as Italian, you can use either the Italian or you don't need the determiner with it. You could just say Italian. Plural countries, such as Greeks, you would again use either the or without the article. And then the next one, and the final reason for the, when we are talking about countries that are plural countries, so we live in United Kingdom, several countries that make up the one place, so the United Kingdom. But if you are speaking about a specific part of the United Kingdom, so I live in England, I wouldn't say the England, I would just say England. United States, lots of states making up the one country, so they say the United States. If you are speaking about groups of islands, so the Philippines, the Bahamas, they are all plural countries. So those are the reasons for using the. So let's have a look now at the other group of words, a and an. And when we are speaking about a and an, they are what we call the indefinite articles. And they are used to show general items. But a and an, they can only be used with singular nouns. So I could say a cat, but I can't say a cats. So we only use a with singular. Okay. Now we need to decide if we use a or an. And there is a rule with this. So if we use a, the word that comes after it has to start with a consonant sound. So a man, a doctor, a cat. Okay. We would use an if the word after it begins with a vowel sound. And this is really important because if you look at these words at the bottom here, hour, it doesn't make the H sound at the beginning. So we would say an hour because it sounds like the ow sound. Okay. An elephant, it begins with a vowel sound at the end, at the beginning, and it is also starting with a vowel. Be careful with words such as unicorn and university because although they start with a U, you need an A before it because it sounds like a university. It sounds like a Y sound. Okay, so you're listening for the sounds rather than the letters. So before we look at the groups of words that don't need articles before them, I just wanted to explain about when to use a and when to use the if you've got a sentence that is speaking, I don't know, about a man generally. So if I have a sentence, there is a man in the street. We're speaking about a general man, we don't know him. So the first time we speak about the person, you would use a. If we then carry on speaking about that person, you would say, the man is wearing sunglasses. So there is a man in the street, we're speaking generally. Then, because I'm carrying on speaking about that man, the man is wearing sunglasses. So we are being more specific. And the final thing about a and an, you would use that in front of the professions. So if you are talking about he is a doctor, he is a dentist, so all of those you would have either a or an before it because you are speaking about the job that someone is doing. But if you are saying that I went to the doctor, you are speaking about a specific doctor. So you would need the when you're talking about going to the doctor or the dentist. Okay, so jobs in general, a or an. If you're talking about going to a specific person, you would use the. Now, on to the final part. Some nouns, they don't need articles before them. So if you're speaking about general ideas, so you might talk about, I love flowers, I love chocolates. You don't need an article before that. Like we mentioned briefly earlier, countries, cities, most of them, they don't need an article before it unless you are speaking about those plural places. So continents, Asia, America, Americas, you don't tend not to have the article before it. Cities, London, New York, you don't say the London or a London, you just use the city. Okay. If you are talking in a general statement and you have got something called an uncountable noun, so you can't put a number before it, one ice, two ice, it doesn't make sense. Okay. So uncountable nouns, ice is frozen water. It's a general statement. You wouldn't say the ice or a ice. You're making a statement, so it doesn't need the article before it. When we are speaking in terms of proper nouns, you wouldn't say a James or the James, you would just use his name. It's the same as um, if you're talking about Tesco's, McDonald's, you generally don't need the article at the beginning. You just say, I went to Tesco's or I went to McDonald's. You would just use the name of the shop. Sports and games, you don't need the article before it. So he enjoys playing football, tennis, netball. You would just say the sport rather than a football, because if you are saying a football, you are speaking about the specific noun, the object football, rather than he is playing the game of football. And also, the last item that you don't need the articles for, if you are speaking about colours, so um, pink, yellow, green, you wouldn't need the or a before it unless you are using it as part of a noun phrase where you're saying a green pen. You would need the article then because the purple is being used as the adjective to describe the pen. Okay. I hope that you have found the session helpful, and I look forward to seeing many of you again soon. Thank you. Bye.